Welcome to Running on Reddit r/EntitledParents, where the entitlement knows no bounds. Sorry about the layout. This is definitely going to get buried, but I thought I'd post it anyway. Even though it happened a while ago, my memory isn't the best, so this is only a basic outline of what was actually said. EK equals entitled kid. EM equals entitled mother. T equals teacher. OP/me equals me. Okay, let's start. For background, I went to school with EK a very long time ago and somehow I managed to get on his bad side. EK didn't seem to like me and would use any possible excuse he had to torment me and make school a living hell. Before we started sitting together in this particular class, he had already been picking on me for years, so I wasn't excited and kinda expected this from him. EK wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed and he often copied other kids' answers. I didn't want to make his attitude towards me any worse than it already was, so I would just play along and act like I didn't notice him looking over my shoulder. This went on for a while until one day he finally held us both back after class. This is basically how the conversation went. T, I have noticed both of you are getting similar scores on tests and are writing down the same answers in class. Would either of you like to admit to anything? As I didn't want to be called a snitch, I kept my mouth shut and hoped this other kid would learn his lesson. But no, that's not how it works apparently. EK, OP has been stealing my answers for months. It's so annoying. Me, actually it's the other way around. T, why didn't you say this before? Ek, she's just trying to blame it on me. It basically ended up with me in detention and Ek running free because the way it looked was as if he told the truth and I turned the tables on him. We were still sitting next to each other in class, so he continued to copy my work. Then it came to the next test. I had heard something online about someone who got their revenge by ticking all of the answers wrong in pencil, then rubbing it out last minute and rewriting them in pen, and that is exactly what I did. I ticked every answer far from correct, to an extent where some of the answers were even quite dumb. Then around 5 minutes to the end of the test, I went through again, rubbing out my answers and ticking the correct answers in pen, also intentionally covering most of my answers so that he struggled to copy them. Ek's expression was a mixture of anger and defeat as he knew he couldn't do anything now. It was priceless. After the test, he came up to me looking pale, worried, and asked me why I did it. I acted like I had no idea what he was talking about, and he stormed off angrily. We handed in the tests, and when they came back I got a decent score as usual, and he failed miserably. T even made a comment on how messy it looked when he scribbled out his answers. I bet you think this is the end? No, we are only just getting started. This is EM's time to shine. It wasn't that long after the test, maybe a week or so, when me and my parents were called into the school to attend a meeting with T, EK and EM. This is how it went. T, EM has contacted us about OP bullying entitled kid. OP, do you have anything you'd like to say? Me, yes. What exactly did I do? EM, you made EK fail his test. T, could you explain how OP managed to do that? M goes on to explain exactly what I did, and T suddenly realized who was really cheating off of who. T, so your kid was cheating? EM, no, he already knew all of the answers anyway. It's just a waste of his time. Yes, EM actually told T it was a waste of her dumb kid's time whilst basically admitting that he cheated. T, but he was copying the answers anyway. EM didn't really have much to say after that. EK was given a detention and left in a huff, and I got an apology from T for the detention I was put in. Unfortunately, I don't have a really amazing ending, and Ek continued to annoy me throughout the rest of my time at that school. But here's my story with EK and EM anyway. Edit, I honestly didn't expect this to blow up so much. Thank you, kind redditors. Also, am enjoying watching everyone roasting EK. That entitled mom didn't go down with much of a fight, basically blundered her way into a confession. Hello everyone, I promised if I ever came across another entitled Karen I would post, and I hope this is the right subreddit. Please excuse the grammar, I'm on mobile and I just worked a 12-hour shift. So the cast is me equals rookie cop, PM equals pregnant mom, EM equals Karen. So I just started my shift, and I was feeling good. I had a good dinner, all my good partners were on shift, and I was jamming out to my favorite Backstreet Boys track in my car. Then it happened. Dispatch sends out a call about a disturbance at a local coffee shop in my area. So I take the call and zoom on over. I pull up and there she is, Karen. I take one step out of my patrol car and she basically runs up to me. Now Karen was 42 years old with that really short haircut, and I did notice that she had a big red mark on her cheek. Me, ma'am, is everything alright? EM, in their most dramatic tone. Thank goodness you're here. I was just attacked by a crazy woman in the coffee shop. Me, okay, where is she? Karen points to a woman in the shop. I tell her to wait outside. She doesn't, and I request an additional deputy to come out. I walk inside and see a young woman who is very angry and very pregnant. I would have to say like 7 months maybe. She's sitting at table on her phone. I approached her and asked her what happened. PM, so I'm in here getting a coffee, just minding my business when that lady points at Karen, walks up to me and starts touching my belly. I ask her to stop, but she keeps touching me. Then when the barista sets my coffee down for me, she, Karen, takes it off the counter, hands it back to the barista, and says it's illegal to sell coffee to a pregnant woman. Then she starts touching my belly again, saying that I'm a bad mom. I ask her to leave me alone and stop touching me. She then tells me she is a mother and that it's okay. She got really rough with touching my belly and I got scared. When I tried to walk away she wouldn't stop, so I slapped the dummy head to get her to leave me alone. I look at Karen who was standing by the door, rolling her eyes as PM was telling her story. My partner shows up and walks up to me. Now my partner is an OBS, short southern, corn-fed, mud-raised woman. I asked her to hold it down out here. I talked to the manager and several employees behind the bar. They all confirm what PM said, and the manager even brought me back to the office and showed me the security footage. All of it confirms PM's story, and on the camera it looked like Karen was getting aggressive with the PM, because when PM tried to walk away Karen wouldn't let her stomach go. I walk out to PM. Me, ma'am, you want to press charges? PM, yes please. I walk over to Karen. Me, ma'am, I'm gonna ask you to turn around and place your hands behind your back. Entitled mother, what? Me, you're under arrest. Side note, in my state you can be arrested for intentional and unlawful touching of someone. Since Karen was both aggressive and kept touching this pregnant mother, she broke the law. EM, you can't arrest me. It is not illegal to touch a pregnant woman. You should arrest the employees of this place. They were giving coffee to pregnant woman endangering the child. Me, ma'am, no, you cannot touch someone without their permission, pregnant or not. Second, there is no law that says a pregnant woman cannot drink coffee. So please turn around and place your hands behind your back. EM, no, I'm not getting arrested. I'm leaving. I have to get home to my children. Karen turns to leave the store and my partner steps in front of her with a try me look on her face. Karen stops dead in her tracks. I took that moment, snatched her hands, and put on a pair of cuffs. Karen loses it. She starts trying to get away and screams. She is flailing so hard that she knocks off my body camera. I have to pick her up and carry her to my patrol car. When I get there my partner opens the door, but Karen actually puts her feet on panel to stop me from putting her in. My partner rolls her eyes, grabs her taser, and zaps her leg. Karen shrieks and finally gets in the car. My partner, the saint that she is, says she'll do the paperwork while I take Karen to jail. So the whole ride, I'm getting told how I need to watch my back, how she knows the sheriff, how I'm going to lose my job, and how I have no idea who she is. I get her to the jail, and she starts going off about her rights. She needs to talk to a lawyer, and she needs to be released right now. The jail staff was looking at me with that "what unholy nightmare did you bring us" stare. So I did my report, and realized I still have 9 hours on shift. Luckily the rest of the night was not that bad. Highly doubt that the entitled mother actually knew the sheriff. Probably wouldn't even matter if she did. Acting as crazy as that, the sheriff would probably make sure she had an even longer stay in jail. Let me know in the comments what you would have done in that situation. If you like the content and want to support the channel, like and subscribe right now, or you'll be running on fumes. Here's a little history of me so this makes more sense. I'm nonverbal due to an injury and communicate exclusively via writing and sign language unless I want to feel like I'm pouring half molten nails down my throat. DH, my husband. EM, entitled mother. PK, poor kid. I love eating at restaurants. Denny's, Applebee's, little family owned Mexican and Chinese places, etc. With that means I gotta get my food, which my husband typically orders for me, to avoid me playing a game of charades with the waiter/waitress. We were eating out and apparently this was wrong. So we were getting our food and this little kid near us, maybe 8 or 9, was watching us since the restaurant was fairly empty. Right after the server leaves, the kid can audibly be heard speaking with his mother, a woman probably in her mid to late 40s. PK, mommy. What about her? EM, she wasn't paying attention, I'd assume. Huh. What was that PK? PK, he ordered for both of them. EM, he what? PK, the girl didn't talk to him. EM, that's not right. Let's go see if there's a reason. PK. At this point she takes a few steps over towards us. PK in tow. EM, hi you two. DH, hello. EM, who is this? She motions towards me. Your girlfriend? DH, close enough. Do you need something? EM, do you do that often? DH, do what often? EM, order for her? DH, all the time. EM, could you please stop that? DH, I'd rather not. EM, I'm asking nicely. PK, can she not talk? DH, basically. EM cuts him off. Just don't do it again. I don't want my kid to grow up to be some barbarian. DH, no, feel free to leave us alone. She leaves with a huff and that seemed to be it for the night at first. As we got our food we started talking, signing, both clearly a little confused about what this strange woman's issue was. Now, when I'm saying crazy in sign language I use the ever known finger pointing to head crazy, which I happened to start using right as she reapproached us. EM, what are you two doing? DH, please go away ma'am. EM, I'm not going to let you teach my kid gang signs. So stop it. DH, we are not teaching anything. It's C. EM, I don't care what it is. Stop it. Just talk like normal people. She physically put air quotes on the word talk. Classy. She soon walked away, and we continued our conversation with her angrily staring at us and trying to shield her kid from the terrific gang signs up until they left. On behalf of all people who don't talk, I'd like to apologize for encouraging gang culture. I'm asking nicely is such an entitled thing to say, lol. Anyways, please subscribe. I'm asking nicely. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and turn on the bell or you'll be running on fumes. See you in the next video.